Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in to another podcast to talk about our favorite team, the Arizona Cardinals. Huge shout out to the people that are currently in the chat. We got BB Boy, we got Robert, we got Michael, we got Joey, we got Cardinals Opinion, we got King, Drew, Spider, Jakai, Marius, what's up, y'all? Appreciate you guys for being here. Do me a huge favor, smack up the like button on your way in, especially if you are on the YouTube side. Absolutely do appreciate you guys for being here. We are going to be talking about, obviously, as you can tell, the Arizona Cardinals cap space situation, and all I could have really done from the moment that we found out what a lot of these contracts were, and that's the Dalvin Tomlinson and the Josh Sweat. And let's be real, those are the two biggest contracts that the Arizona Cardinals ended up giving out, right? Because we brought a lot of our own guys back. 1 year, 2 year deals. I mean, we brought some guys back in on 1 year, 2 year deals, right? But never have I would have expected that the Cardinals were going to have still $40+ million to spend in free agency now. Of course, we're not going to go on a shopping spree. There's definitely still things to be addressed on this roster itself. But just to see where the Arizona Cardinals are at right now in the cap space situation is absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. Michael says Monti is cooking. I'm going to give some love, man, because honestly, I agree. I don't think I've ever seen a general manager throw out contracts the way that we're seeing contracts being done throughout the NFL. And let me go in and elaborate what I'm talking about here, right? Because you can look at a contract and say you have a $45 million contract, some of it, let's say $30 million guaranteed, and then you estimate in your head, okay, well, that's what, 15 mil a year, right? That's what you estimate. But there is a level of, if your owner is willing to spend, if your owner is willing to back that, you know what you're doing as a general manager, you can do anything with a contract. You can front load a contract. You can make a good portion of that guaranteed salary a bonus sign up, right? So regardless, the player is going to get paid their money, right? But the question is, how does that affect the cap space? How does that affect what the Cardinals can do with other, how can we allocate those resources elsewhere, right? And let me tell you right now, man, Monty, awesome for what I've said, 2-3 years ago, let Monty cook. I think I'm in that realm right now, because these contracts that we're providing to these big time signings like Josh Sweat and Dalvin Tomlinson, man, they are very friendly in terms of the way that they've been written up and being put up. It gives us, the Arizona Cardinals, an opportunity to do more, right? Have more flexibility to build on this roster. And I'm excited, man. I really am. Let's go and just do a real quick sharing of the screen so you guys are fully aware of what I'm talking about. I do love to use Over the Cap. It's very friendly on the eyes. If you guys have not used Over the Cap, highly recommend it. Or Spot Track as well. Another great tool, just obviously really depending on what you find better. Now, I want to say one thing real quick. I want to react to some mock drafts. If you guys in the chat, YouTube or X, have you guys ever had a mock draft done and you screenshotted it because you loved it so much? Send it to me on X and Twitter. I do have a post right now on X and Twitter saying, hey, share your mock drafts with me. If you guys can do that, or just tag me on a mock draft, I would love to go ahead and share it here on the stream and obviously dissect it and talk about it and see, how I feel about your mock draft. So if you guys do have some time, you guys have some mock drafts already screened up, go ahead and tag me on Instagram, or even on on X or Twitter, and even on Instagram as well if you want to send me a DM on there. So for what it's worth, let's go and dive right into these contracts. Now, I want to be very clear. This is where the Cardinals are at right now in terms of cap space. We are still, top 7 in most cap space heading or in the 2025 offseason. It's nuts. The Patriots right now, they got so much money. And I don't know if you guys heard, we've been doing a lot of talking here on this channel about a wide receiver. And Stephon Diggs has met with the Patriots. Now, is he going to sign with the Patriots? We don't 110% know, right? But he has worked out. I believe I heard that they ended up going and having dinner out with them as well. I think I saw a report somewhere out there. But Stephon Diggs, maybe a Patriot. I mean, they got the money to potentially pay him, right? So they got a lot of money. The Cardinals right now have $41 million in effective cap space per over the cap. And they got $45.2 million in cap space. Now, let's dive right into it here specifically, right? Because when you're looking at this, there's still some players that are not allocated to this the contracts. And let me explain. You got Simi Fehoko, you got Micah Walker, which is the guy we just brought in as well. You got some other players on here and some new guys that the Cardinals brought in. But if you scroll down just a little bit, you do see some players on here that are not accounted for, right? Zay Jones and Kelvin Beachum. Those are the two players that they're not accounted for yet as to the amount of money. And I'm sorry, I know my picture is covering the names, but these bottom two right here, look at the cursor. These bottom two are going to be Kelvin Beachum and Zay Jones. And like I said, I apologize because my picture is actually covering the names, but these two bottom ones are still zeroed out and they still haven't accounted for their contracts. I don't know if you guys seen Kelvin Beachum's contract floating around. We do know what the contract for Zay Jones is, and I believe it was 1 year, $4.4 million, but we don't know how it breaks down, right? We don't know if it's going to be a a full on, yearly thing, or if it's going to be part of it's going to be bonus. We don't 100% know, right? But with those two contracts not accounted for, the Cardinals right now still have $45.2 million in team cap space. Right now, effective cap space is what you really want to focus on. And if you take a look at this next page here, like we talked a little about earlier, we have close to $42 million per over the cap. So the Arizona Cardinals right now can be in very, very need of potentially bringing in some more talent. Now, are we done with the big splash moves? Potentially, right? We don't 100% know exactly what Monti Fort wants to cook up, but this is good, man. This is really, really good. Now, of course, if you're not taking a look at this graphic here, the Arizona Cardinals cap space situation, I had Trey McBride there because let's not forget we got money, right? We got $40+ million in cap space, not including Kelvin Beachum and Zay Jones, because we don't know the details as to what the contract is, but we still gotta take care of the tight end, which the best tight end the Arizona Cardinals has ever had. And I want to be real, is obviously Trey McBride. We got to figure out, are the Cardinals going to pay him, and are they going to extend him sometime this month? Are they going to wait till April? Are they going to wait to the summer? These are things that the Cardinals need to address, because I've been saying this for multiple months. It would be cheaper to do it now with the upside of what Trey McBride has in the market. It's a little lower. You might as well knock it out now, as opposed to waiting a little bit and paying just a little bit more. Now, Trey McBride, the pass catching weapon we have on this roster, bar none, right? I think it's time, man. I think it's absolutely time. But we seriously need to figure out, what are the Cardinals going to do? Like, are they going to do any other big moves? Let me know in the chat if you guys think the Cardinals are going to do any other big moves. Now, they can very well not do any big moves, right? They can very well not do any big moves, but it's crazy to see the details. Let's go ahead and actually take a look at the details on the we're not going to look at every single one of them, but let's focus on obviously the big signings the Cardinals have done. Josh Sweat and Dalvin Tomlinson. Those are the big ones the Cardinals have done this year, right? So Dalvin, and let me move my picture. Let me move my picture real quick, because you guys are not able to see it because my picture is in the way. So let's do this. There you go. There you go. Here, boom. Move me up there. Okay, perfect. So let's take a look at the Dalvin Tomlinson contract here, which, if you can't see it on the screen, I believe the cursor. Okay, probably not. But anyways, the way that it's shaking out is that it's a $5 million base salary contract. And then $1.7 million of prorated roster bonus. Doesn't have anything there per game. He's getting paid what, 950,000, workout bonus of 50 million. Like, this is the type of intricacies that you haven't seen under last regimes for the Cardinals. So I want to be very, this is amazing. I love that the Cardinals are doing all these little things that, like, the players are still going to get their money, right? They're still going to get their money. It's just, I love it, man. I love all these little things that are putting into being in a contract. So he's got a workout bonus of $50,000, guaranteed salary of $5 million this year alone, and then a cap hit of 7.6. Isn't that crazy? A cap hit of 7.6. Now, his original contract, when we were originally told what Dalvin Tomlinson's contract was, it was supposed to be like, what, $29 million? Right? It wasn't like a $29 million contract, 2 years. And then just the way that it's broken apart, man, it's absolutely amazing. Just check this out. He's got a lot of voided out years on his contract as well. It seems like the front loading is what the Cardinals did. Now, if you take a look at 2026, right here, that's going to be where the big cap hit hits. That's going to be where the big cap hit hits. So I love it, man. I love it. It seems like they're backloading it for next year, but Just look at this. This is amazing. Amazing. Love to see it. So this is going to be the Dalvin Tomlinson. Now let's take a look at the Josh Sweat. All right, let's cross that out. Here's Josh Sweat. So he was a 4-year deal in the 70s, right? That was the contract. So $76.4 million, 4-year deal. Seems like he's got a voided out year in 2029. But just look at the way this is broken apart. Look at the way this is broken apart. Base salary of 2.5, signing bonus of 3.7, option 1.8, per game roster bonus, workout bonus of $100,000. If somebody gave me $100,000, I would work out again. Jeez, that's amazing. Guaranteed salary 2.5. The guaranteed salary really kind of kicks in terms of the lot of the guaranteed salary next year in 2026. But the cap hit again, 7.3. Crazy, absolutely nuts. Now, this year in 2025 is a big year. I do feel like the Arizona Cardinals are trying to obviously make some room for any other potential signings the Cardinals could potentially do. But as of right now, we're just, we're kind of waiting and seeing. But these contracts and the way that they are being written and established, it's amazing, man. It really is. It absolutely is amazing. Shout out to Monti Ossenfort, man, because Monti Ossenfort is truly cooking. He's not just doing, regular contracts. He's actually putting a lot of work into them, a lot of details, a lot of stuff that can help out the Cardinals in the long run. So super excited about it. Michael in the chat says that's why McBride isn't signed yet. It's possible. It's possible, right? Because right now, when you're sitting back and you're looking at over the cap, the Cardinals are still what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're top 6 in the most amount of cap space that we have. Top 6 in the most amount of cap space right now, and that's with the Dalvin Tomlinson, and that's with Josh Sweat coming into the Arizona Cardinals locker room, right? So we're still top 6. Are we saving up for Trey? Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, right? Hopefully. But you also got to keep in mind, what's Trey McBride going to get? Right now, the highest paid tight end in the NFL right now is, I believe, Kelsey, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look here. And this is one of the reasons why I like Over the Cap so much. They break things apart very friendly on the eyes. I'm going to do another quick sharing of the screen so we can be all kind of under the understanding of like kind of where we're at, right? So take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the highest paid tight end contracts in the NFL right now. You got Travis Kelce up there with about $17.1 million a year. TJ Hawkinson with 16.5. George Kittle with 15 million. Dallas Goedert with 14.2. Andrews with 14 mil. David Njoku, 13.6. I'm going to be real. Like, Trey McBride deserves to be up here, no doubt. Like, absolutely needs to be top 5, top 3 paid tight end. Like, so what's the value, right? That's going to be the question out there, right? Right? That's going to be the question. What's the value here for Trey McBride? He's probably going to fall somewhere along the realm of like 14, 16. If he goes 17, that would be nuts, but I wouldn't be mad at it. But yeah, I would say maybe, actually, let me take it down a little bit. I would say 13 to 16 mil a year is probably what I would see somewhere where Trey McBride's going to get paid. But you're right. They might be getting in a realm with it. Now, Lucky in the chat says Trey will get 20. I don't know if they're going to be doing it. I don't know if the Cardinals will do that. They probably would want to stay around the realm of Travis Kelce. Like, I don't know if they're going to go that far. Now, granted, right? I will say this, markets change up and down, but you got players like TJ Hawkinson, you got players like George Kittle, which is still probably top 5 tight end in the league right now. But look at the other tight ends, man. Look at the other tight ends in here, right? Like Pat Freiermuth, right? $12 million for Pat Freiermuth. Evan Ingram, $11 million. Taysom Hill, 10 mil. Gesicki, 8.5. Like Dalton Schultz, 12. Yeah, no, McBride is an up-and-coming, one of the best tight ends in the NFL right now. That man is going to get paid somewhere upwards of 14 to probably 16 mil. If they push it and they want to make him the highest-paid tight end, shoosh, 17 maybe, right? 17 and some change, but I don't know. We'll have to kind of wait and see how this shakes out. He's definitely top 5 tight end in the NFL right now, and it's not even close. Like, Trey McBride right now is that good. Michael Evans in the chat says 17. Well, yeah. I mean, we got the cap space right now, right? Per over the cap. We got effective cap space of a lot of money. What, $42 million estimate per that? Now, granted, like I said before, that is the effective cap space, but we still haven't accounted to Zay, and we still haven't accounted for Beecham, which they shouldn't be bad contracts. Like, the contracts aren't like crazy. Like, they're gonna move it down a little bit just depending on how the contract details are. But yeah, man, we might be getting ready here for a Trey McBride signing here pretty soon. At least fingers crossed. I mean, that's what I'm kind of hoping for, right? Is that Trey McBride gets signed and we can not worry about it anymore because we got our best pass catcher right now already locked up. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Fingers crossed. Doug in the chat says Trey is going to get 16 to 18. That seems like a good spot. That seems like a good spot. Zaytalk says 15 to 17. Yeah, I don't hate that either. As well. Yeah, no, he's going to get paid good, man. He's going to get paid very, very good. I'm really excited to see what Trey McBride is going to do for years to come. I personally think it's a no-brainer. I think you got to bring back Trey McBride and sign him onto a long-term deal. But, you know, obviously it's going to be the decision of the Arizona Cardinals to do so. Let me take a look to see if there's any other details, any other news about the Cardinals right now. Per X/Twitter, nothing has been accounted for right now. Yeah, nothing right now. Okay. So let's continue to talk about Cardinals, and let's see what else we could potentially do. Because if you guys do not know, we've talked about this before. Stephon Diggs, right? A guy that a lot of people say to themselves, "Oh, that's Stephon Diggs is cool, right? The name is cool, but he comes with drama." If you guys do not know, there is already a team in on him already, and that's going to be the Patriots. Yesterday, Stephon Diggs has met with the Patriots, and right now we are just kind of waiting for us to potentially work out with more people, or, we're still trying to figure out what the whole Asante Samuel Jr. situation. Like, Asante Samuel still hasn't been picked up. Still has not been picked up as of right now. That was the latest workout, and I'm pretty sure there's been other workouts that's happening already or that happened, but we just are not privy to that information. But yeah, as far as we know, Asante Samuel was the last workout, at least reported workout for the Arizona Cardinals. So they're still trying to cook something up, man. They're still definitely trying to cook something up. Do you think we signed Denzel Ward? I mean, here's the thing, right? There's a lot of chatter from Denzel Ward. A lot of chatter from Denzel Ward. Denzel Ward. There's a lot of chatter. And I think it originally came from that ML football post that he ended up coming out saying that we are like the highest. What did they say? Like, we're the most favorite, right? We're the favorite to land Denzel Ward. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna be living in a world where we're gonna see Denzel Ward get traded. He's arguably like he's a top quarterback in the league right now. I mean, would I be mad at it? No, of course not. I would like. I don't know. I just don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. Fishbowl says, no to Diggs. We don't need that drama queen. Fair. Well, it definitely seems like he might be landing his way into the Patriots if all else goes well. We'll have to kind of wait and see how that all shakes out. Zaytalk says, why does Trey deserve 18 mil? Love him, but most paid tight ends, I don't see why they get paid that much. That's fair. I mean, I'm just reading your guys'. I would love to pay Trey anywhere 14 to like 17. Like that's where I would, right? I don't even know if they're gonna touch the 17, but like if he gets paid 15 a year, 16 a year, I'm game. I don't know if he's going to get paid like Travis Kelce does. We'll have to kind of wait and see how it shakes out. But to me, Trey McBride, right now, just looking at the market, right? I get it. Markets change every year, so we might be living in a world where he might get paid more, but we'll see. We'll see. But the contract, the cap space situation right now, man, is absolutely nuts. The cap space situation right now is absolutely nuts for the Arizona Cardinals, and I absolutely love what Monti Ossenfort has done this year. I think he definitely deserves to come out here and say, yeah, let Monty cook again, because these contracts that he ended up putting in place for Josh Sweat as well as Dalvin Tomlinson put us in a situation where we're still top 6 in the amount of cap space heading or in the 2025 offseason. So love to see it. Love to see it. Sir Knight in the chat says we can use a solid corner. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm definitely not one of those guys that feel like it's a absolute no for me for Denzel Ward. I just don't know if that's a move that the Cardinals will make, right? Now, let me give some love here to my guy, CMB, says Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen, on the other hand, that's a drama-free wide receiver, right? That's a drama-free wide receiver. Now, he's getting up there in age, and I mean, obviously, I think he's, what, like 33, 34 right now? Let me just double-check before I age him way too much. Let me see. Keenan. Yeah, I'm sorry. He's 32. I apologize. He's 32. By the time the draft comes around, he will be 33 by the time the draft comes around. So in about a month or so, he'll be 33, at least per Google. So he's 32 years old right now. This seems like a wide receiver the Cardinals could potentially bring in, or they could just run it back with the same wide receiving core, and see what happens, right? With Zay Jones coming back full, like not suspended from the get. Greg Dortch giving him another opportunity. You did get some other guys as well. I do like Xavier Weaver. I really do like him coming out of Colorado. Didn't really get much of an opportunity unless Marv went down, but I like him. Quez Watkins, Tristan Jackson, right? Some other names that the Cardinals still have on their roster right now to kind of wait and see how it goes. Or they can go after an Emeka Ibuka in round one with the 16th overall pick. Or they can trade back and get an Emeka Ibuka with whatever they decide to go back in. I don't know. Like, I'm still intrigued with the idea of Emeka. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I'm not sure if it's because the Ohio State connections that might be where my mind is going, but I think he's a solid wide receiver. I think he'll be a very, very good wide receiver. Now, I'm also still much more intrigued with the idea of us solidifying that defensive line, interior, or the edge. So right now, I'm just ready for the draft, man. I'm just ready for the draft. I think the Arizona Cardinals right now are in a situation where we can go best player available, right? And I think we've seen that multiple people say that. I think we've seen multiple people say that the Cardinals right now put themselves in a situation that they can go best player available. And because this draft is so lucrative in the defensive line, maybe one can fall to them in the second round, right? All I can say right now is hope, fingers crossed, cross everything that can be crossed on your body, that there's a lot of quarterbacks being taken in the first round. Just right. Right now, I can see three of them. Right now, I can see three of them. Obviously, Shador, Sanders. I'm sorry, it's the same guy. My bad. Shador, Cam Ward, and then Jackson Dart. There's a lot of buzz around Jackson Dart, which I like them too. I like Jackson Dart as well. Before the combine, a lot of people were talking about Jackson Dart, but I don't like him as a first-round pick. I ain't using a first-round pick on a Jackson Dart myself. So there's just kind of, it goes, man. It goes with the situation that we're in right now. So it's cool. I'm excited. Joey in the chat says, I still want a defensive end pass rusher and a DT and an OT. The trenches line needs to be more fortified. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I think the Arizona Cardinals, they put themselves in a really good situation with who they have, but we are expecting a lot from the year two guys, right? And that's going to be the rookies of last year and the year three guys, now rookies of 2023, right? So we got the year three guys like Michael Wilson, you got Garrett Williams, right? You got those guys in those drafts, and then you got the rookies from last year going into their year two. We're expecting a lot from those guys. We want them to develop. We want them to be those guys that, we drafted them for, right? So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the Cardinals are going to do. Now, let me ask you guys this. Do you think that Jackson Dart is a real possibility with the first round pick? Because if he is, that helps out the Cardinals, right? Now, Jalen Milroe just had his pro day not too long ago, and he ran 40. He did some workouts, stuff like that. There's some buzz around Jalen Milroe, but I still do feel like at the highest, I would say a second round pick for Jalen Milroe. I'm going to be real. Like a second round pick is probably what he's going to go for. I could be wrong. I've been wrong plenty of times, but I don't know. I feel like Jackson Dart has kind of done enough to put himself in a situation where he could be picked up somewhere in the first round. Maybe somebody trades in. Maybe someone trades back into the first round and gets him. Who knows? Who knows? The game is won in the trenches. Fair. Every team wants trenches. Yep, absolutely. I mean, the good thing is that this draft is very, very defensive heavy. That's the good thing that we got going for us right now. Like, this defensive class is very, very good, man. Very, very good. I'm excited. Very, very good. Let me see if there's been any Updates here. Just trying to throw a Hail Mary out there to see if there's been any updates for the Cardinals, any moves. Right now, nah. Right now, nothing. Um, we have kind of reached the point where there's not a lot of news for Cardinals. So obviously reading out the graphic here, can we add more talent? Of course we can, right? We just talked about it a little earlier. The Cardinals right now have what, $42 million in effective cap space right now, right? Sorry, $41.7 million in effective cap space per over the cap and cap space of 45.2, right? So Cardinals got money, right? They got money, but they could also be using that for Trey, right? Trey McBride. So Drama in the chat says general managers and scouts say it's better to draft the best player than to draft for need and figure out later. That's true. That's true. It's the truth. It is true. It's the truth. Now, best player available is subjective, right? Best player available is subjective to anybody's opinion, right? Now, that could be a good thing, but that could also bite you in the bum if your evaluation isn't good on a specific player. Now, but I do agree. 110% agree. If there's a guy that falls to you at that 16th overall pick, and you're one of those guys who are like, oh, I cannot live without this guy, or this guy, you got to pull the trigger, man. You really do. But I agree with you, 110%. Fishbowl says, hear me out. Before we hear out Fishbowl, do me a huge favor. Right now, we're sitting with 40 likes with over 100 people watching on YouTube. And this is in week 2 of free agency frenzy, which a lot of stuff has died down right now. So I appreciate you guys for joining in here. And hopefully I made your morning just a little bit better. But do me a huge favor. Smack up the like button here on this stream. Let's see if we can hit 50 likes, which is just 9 away. Let's go, man. Smack up the like button. And let's go ahead and hear out my guy Fishbowl Flash. He says this. Hear me out. There is a one receiver that is a free agent and didn't play last season, so it would be great value, minimum vet. What about Hunter Renfrow as a slot? Ooh. Ooh. I'm listening. I'm listening. I mean, I don't hate that. How old is Win? I haven't seen Hunter Renfrow in a minute. He's 29, really? Why did I think he was older than that? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't play in 2024. Was with the Raiders all his career. 5'10", 185, 29 years old out of Clemson, former 5th round pick in 2019. Hey, I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I'm listening. I mean, I'm still on the board of Elijah Moore. Like, I don't know. There's something about Elijah Moore, former Jet, former Brown. There's something about Elijah Moore that I would love the Arizona Cardinals to potentially go after somebody like that. But it's one of those things, right, where if you look at the Arizona Cardinals wide receiving core, it almost kind of feels like they're going to go the route of the draft, which is cool, which I'm cool with. I'm absolutely cool with. Martin, what's up, Martin? He says, who do you really think will win the West this year? Putting me in a box here. Honestly, right now with the moves that have been made, I feel like it's the Rams. I feel like it's the Rams division to lose right now. Now they can go through things that happens over there. Obviously, we all remember how the Rams season started with just plagued with injuries, right? Now, right now, if I'm going to be really honest, I do feel like it's the Rams division to lose. And it hurts me to say it. It hurts me to say it. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope we get a wild card berth, and I hope we get revenge. Hope we get revenge. And I'm talking about the wild card berth that we had several years back, and we got absolutely obliterated by that defensive line and just looked really bad. So right now, I feel like it's the Rams. I really do. If I'm going to be real. The NFL GM in the chat says Renfrow hasn't been the same since he got hit by Isaiah Simmons. Really? Huh. So yeah, with the whole Hunter Renfrow situation, I'm listening. I can be swayed, but at the end of the day, I don't know. I'm still kind of in on the idea that the Cardinals are going with Elijah Moore. I don't know, man. There's something about Elijah Moore, man. There's something about Elijah Moore. Okay, there's more news around the NFL for what it's worth if you guys are interested. Talking about a wide receiver, Michael Gallup, former Dallas Cowboy, is now finding his way on over to the Washington Commanders. So now Jaden Daniels has himself another weapon to use next year or this year. Interesting. Interesting. Yep. Drama in the chat says Commanders just signed Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup, that's a name I haven't heard all 2024 season, obviously for a reason. But wow, cool. Good for Michael Gallup. The Commanders are doing a lot of good things, man. It's so crazy to see a quarterback come out of the draft in year one. He produces to the level that Jaden Daniels produces. Is absolutely insane. But I mean, the Commanders, they're such a good organization. Like, they're an organization that I feel like is on par with us, where just they haven't had a lot of success. So it's really cool to see them hit on a really good quarterback that is going to have them have success for years and years and years, right? As long as he can stay healthy. As long as he can stay healthy, I think they can have a lot of success with Jaden Daniels. So good for them. Good for them. I just hope that the Cardinals were in that situation. But I mean, well, we're upticking there. We're upticking there. I think Gallup is a better pickup than Debo. I mean, Debo has not meant like Debo Samuel with the 49ers at the end. I don't know if it was just he didn't want to be there anymore. I don't know if he didn't like the way he was used. I don't know. I really don't. Like, I'm curious to figure out what Debo Samuel's going to do in um with the Commanders and Jaden Daniels. Like, that's one thing I'm really curious about, because you never know. Maybe a change of scenery, maybe that will do it for him. But we'll have to kind of wait and see. Blake in the chat says, I'm also in on Elijah Moore. I feel the same way about him. 100% a sleeper. Yeah, man, there's something about him. Was a former second round pick? Wasn't it to the Jets, right? Elijah Moore. Let me just double check myself. Yeah, he was a second round pick. Second round pick to the Jets. Elijah Moore. And I feel like he's gotten some things where, like, I don't know, just the situations that he was in, just they're not good. The Jets and the Browns, like, come on. That almost kind of feels like you're in a situation where you're just not going to succeed. In 2021, he had 538 yards. In 2022, he had 446 yards. In 2023, he had 640 yards. In 2024, he had 538 yards. So, I don't know. There's something about Elijah Moore that I would love the Cardinals to look that direction. Are they going to? Probably not. But I don't know. If Monty or somebody listening to this, let's do a real quick shake and be like, just turn on the tape. Turn on the tape. Now, I would feel a little bit more confident if the Cardinals didn't bring back Zay or Dortch, that they were going to go in on Elijah Moore. But I don't know. I probably don't see it happening right now. Yeah, me and you feel the same, Zay. Me and you feel exactly the same. Me and you are really high on Tez Johnson. But Elijah Moore would be a really cool signing if the Cardinals decided to do something like that. Because think about it, too. Elijah Moore right now is 20. Dude, y'all, 24 years old. Elijah Moore is 24 years old. He's going to be 25 in 7 days, at least per ESPN. He's going to be 25 in 7 days. His birthday is March 27th. He's going to be 25. That's young. That's a young dog right there, man. That's a young guy. Wow. Insane. One second, everybody. One second, everybody. I think I see some Cardinal news. One second, everybody. I think I see some Cardinal news. Yo, we might got something on the stream. We might get something on the stream. Do we got some news? Do we ring the bell? Ring the bell! Ring the bell! Okay, real quick, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like the Cardinals have made a move. Now, I want to give a shout out here to Aaron Wilson on X/Twitter. I want to see a little bit. Okay, I need to read. Okay, let's read this together, ladies. Let's read this together. Cardinals signing Bears free agent corner Jalen Jones, reuniting him with high school teammate Kyler Murray, a former UDFA. Jones has 4.41 speed, started 7 games, 85 tackles, hashtag free agency, deal negotiated by Damian Butler. Wait, Jalen Jones? That sounds familiar. Yo, did we get a cornerback? Did we just get a cornerback, ladies and gentlemen? Yo, I think we just got a cornerback, or at least I'm trying to see if I see anything else on here. I'm not seeing anything else on X/Twitter, but obviously, shout out here to Aaron Wilson with which he's got a big following as well. So it's not like somebody that doesn't have some sort of following. I know he mainly covers like Texans, but okay. Jalen Jones. Let's do a quick sharing of the screen so we can all be on the same page together. Let's move this up here. And then actually, yeah, let's do this. Leave this here. And then we're going to share the screen. There you go. Okay. Jalen Jones. 6'2", 203, 7th round pick. Or is he undrafted? 1 forced fumble, 2. 6. What the heck? Okay, let me see here. So it's been with the Colts, seems like. Okay. I want to do a little bit more research myself, but it looks like the Cardinals made a move. Okay, cool. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit more research, obviously not on stream. That's the wrong Jones. Hey, let's see, man. Let's see what happens. Okay. Also keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, also keep in mind that the Cardinals right now are also keep in mind that some people that are signed might not like make the 53, right? So keep that in mind as well. Jalen Jones. Is this the wrong Jalen Jones? Oh, this is the wrong. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. Good Lord. There's too many Jalen Jones. Oh, this is the wrong Jalen Jones. So apparently he's a former Bears. Oh, Bears. Okay. Oh, that's. Yep. I'm wrong. Here we go. There you go. Keep me humble, ladies and gentlemen. Keep me humble. Here we go. This is the Jalen Jones. This is the guy right here. 5'11", 190. Out of Ole Miss. This is the guy right here. This is the guy right here. Move my picture on this side. This is the guy, Jalen Jones. Yeah, he might not make it. He might not make. So just keep that in mind, right? Originally, I had the wrong Jalen. But why are there so many people named Jalen Jones? Come on now. Okay, that's on me though. That's on me. So former Bears. So this is the former Bear, the Cardinals. It seems like at least per Albert Wilson that the Cardinals have made a move here. Sorry, Aaron Wilson. Wow. Aaron Wilson. I'm sorry. Cardinals signing Bears free agent corner Jalen Jones, reuniting him with high school teammate Kyler Murray, former undrafted free agent. Jones has 4.41 speed, started 7 games, 85 tackles. Okay. Well, there you go. There you go. 27. This guy's 27. So the original guy that I brought up in the Colts uniform, that's not him. It was a guy in the Bears. The Bears. That's the one that the Cardinals ended up bringing in. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, now that we got that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, seems the Cardinals have added another player to their secondary. Do I feel like, you know, I mean, it's probably not a huge move, but I mean, for what it's worth, it's news nonetheless, right? It's news nonetheless. Let's do this. While we are bringing this down, do me a huge favor. We got over 100 people here watching right now. Over 120 people watching on the YouTube side. Thank you so very much for being here, by the way. Smack up the like button. Smack up the like button, ladies and gentlemen. We already hit the 50 like goal. Let's see if we can hit 70. Let's go wild. Let's see if we can hit 70, ladies and gentlemen. Smack up that like button. Subscribe over to the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. And what I want to do is I want to do a mock draft with you guys here in the chat. But I'm not doing a Cardinal mock draft. I'm doing a NFL mock draft using PFF. Now, I'm going to have you guys help me do this PFF mock draft. So we're going to be doing the first round for the Cardinals. We're going to be all these teams, every single one of these teams. Well, not every single one of them, but I want to at least do it until obviously where the Cardinals pick. I want to see where the Cardinals can potentially, who can be there, in our opinion, right? In our opinion. So I'm going to be sharing my screen right now. Please, everybody, smack the like button. Be engaged. I want to get your guys' feedback on this as well. I'm going to be pulling up a mock draft. I just want to see who can potentially be available for the Cardinals at 16. That's all I'm trying to do. We're not doing a 7-round mock draft for the Cardinals. No. We're just doing who can fall to the Cardinals at the 16th overall pick. Let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. All right, sharing of the screen right now. Boom. There I am at the very top with the beautiful picture. Let's get this going. All right, let's draft. Enter the draft. Okay, let's get started. What we're trying to do is we're trying to figure out who falls to the Cardinals at 16, right here. This is what we're probably going to stop this mock draft, but I want to get a gauge on where you guys are feeling. Who is the first overall pick in the NFL draft right now? What's the consensus right now? What do you guys say is the first pick in the NFL draft right now? Do you agree with me that it's probably going to be Cam Ward? Do you agree? Do you think that Shedeur Sanders is going to be in the top 10? Because I've seen a lot of mock drafts that he falls out the top 10. What say you? Let me know. Get engaged in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know how you guys are feeling. I think it's a no-brainer right here. I think the Titans will go Cam Ward here. And I think that's probably most likely what I'm going to do. With Levis, I just don't think that they think Levis is the guy. I really don't. I don't think Levis is going to be the guy for them. So that's what we're going to be doing. We are going to let's see here. All right, where is players to? All right, 1 second. How do I get this to let me draft a player? Why is it looking like this? 1 second. One second. Let me try this one more time. For some reason, it didn't give me the option to. Okay, here we go. We're going to do 1 round. Enter draft. Now, why isn't it letting me pick a player? Oh, I got to hit start draft. I'm silly. Silly me. Okay, let's get this. Okay, I needed to hit start draft. All right, let's get this rock and roll. Okay, I do believe Ward is going to be the first one as well. Taking a look at the big draft board right now, I think it's a no-brainer that they are going to go after Cam Ward. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. Type them in. And there you go. Now, here's another big question. The second overall pick in the NFL draft. Do you think they go Carter? Or do you think they get themselves a quarterback? Zaytalk in the chat says Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. I like that. I like that. I think you might be right. Jack says start. Yeah, that's on me. That's on me. Okay, we got it all fixed. So what are we doing for the Browns? I like Zay. I like what Zay's saying. Hunter or Abdul Carter. Get I'll imagine. Woo. Garrett, Miles Garrett, and Abdul Carter. Good lord. Good lord. I think Carter too. I'm leaning a little towards Carter as well. Let me see what you guys are saying here in the chat. Yeah. We got Robert saying a quarterback. Really? I mean, Shador can go here technically. I don't know. I'm going to say Carter. I'm going to say Carter. Roast me in the comments if you want. I'm going to say Carter. Now, here's the Giants. This is where my mind's going. Because per the needs of PFF, they're saying quarterback, tackle, defensive interior, or cornerback. That's what they're saying right now. So where my mind is going is probably either A, Mason Graham, or Shador Sanders. That's where my mind's going right now. I mean, Travis Hunter can also be up there as well. I mean, he's listed as a cornerback here on PFF, but we do know in college, obviously, he played both. What say you with the Giants pick? And like I said, we're not going to do the full 32 mock draft. We just want to figure out who could potentially fall to the Cardinals. That's all we're doing right now. That's all we're doing. So here, we're seeing a lot of different opinions. A lot of different opinions right here. We're seeing a lot of Hunter for the Giants. Wow, a lot of Hunter. So you guys don't think Shador is going to fall here? Wow. So we got a Sanders there. Brandon in the chat says, Mike, don't listen to your mind. It's going to be Hunter, you think? I mean, well, if they land themselves in Aaron Rodgers, which we're all still waiting to see what the heck Aaron Rodgers is going to do. We're all still waiting to see what is the other guy, Russ is going to do. But I think it's Aaron Rodgers that everybody's kind of waiting on right now. I don't know. I feel like Shador Sanders can go here. I feel like Shador can go right here with the quarterback. Okay, I'm gonna go with you guys. I'm gonna go with you guys. You say Hunter? Let's go Hunter. Dang. Okay. I don't know how I feel about it, but here we go. Okay. Now we got the Patriots. The Patriots, what can they do? Let's see here. Pats take Dart? No. What? Jackson Dart? Nah. Come on. Nah. Zaytalk says Patriots would have gotten Hunter. I agree. That's why I wanted to keep Hunter. It makes it a little easier. O-line or receiver? Okay. Why don't we give them? So I'm thinking either Will Campbell or McMillan. That's where my mind's going right now. McMillan or Campbell is where I'm thinking. Oof. Let's give them. I kind of want to say Campbell. I want to say Will Campbell. Let's give him an offensive lineman. Somebody that's going to help them out. They're going through a rebuild just like the Cardinals are going, or they went through a rebuild 2 years ago. What did we do? We went after Paris Johnson. So let's just do that way. And they got Mike Vrabel over there. Okay, now we got the Jaguars. The Jaguars are kind of an interesting team. They do got Brian Thomas Jr., which they're saying they have a wide receiver need, which I guess you could get a number 2 wide receiver, tight end need, interior defensive lineman, or safety. I think it's a no-brainer right here. I think it's Mason Graham if he falls, right? If he falls, Mason Graham, right? I think here you're saying Warren. We've seen somebody say Warren. Tyler Warren right here. Yeah, I mean, they did get rid of Ingram, right? They did get rid of Ingram. Something tells me Mason Graham right here. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Mason, right? This is kind of one of those things where it's best player available right now to me. And I think Mason Graham is probably seen as that is a top interior defensive lineman right now. Okay. Now we go to the Raiders. Now, what we're trying to do, just letting everybody know, we're trying to get to the 16th overall pick, which is where the Cardinals are picking to see who potentially can fall to them, right? Right now, this is what the draft board, what we were saying, looks like. Now we have the Raiders. Now, the Raiders can go. Okay, I'm having a little bit of a brain fart. The Raiders went after a QB? Raider. They did go. They went after QB, right? Oh yeah, Gino. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Oh, that's right. Okay, I was like, Shador Sanders here for sure, guys. I'm so dumb. They traded Gino. So dumb. Here we go. We got Jack in the chat. What's up, man? He says, got my Marvin Harrison Jr. today. Let's go, Jack. Let's go, Jack. Appreciate you, man. Thanks so much for being here on the chat. Thanks so much for the $2 donation. I hope it looks clean, man. Hope it looks clean. I'm so dumb. Okay. Now let's take a look here at the Raiders. Can they go Genty here? Can they go Genty here? Let's see here. See, Will Johnson. Maybe Genty. I mean, that's what I'm thinking Genty here. Wide receiver. I mean, they did get rid of Devontae as well. Maybe throwing on McMillan on his way. Maybe that could be a real possibility over there. Maybe McMillan goes to them. I could kind of see that. Right now, my mind is Genty or McMillan. What say you? Genty. We're seeing a lot of Genty. All right, let's rock and roll, Genty. Let's go. All right, now let's go to the Jets. Jets. What say you? We got quarterback, wide receiver, tackle, or interior defensive lineman for the Jets. So where my mind is going, let me know if you agree, chat. I mean, they got Garrett Wilson over there. Who else they got at wide receiver? I mean, my mind is either going to Membu to help out that line, or McMillan is what I'm thinking. Don't really know the Jets that much, so let me know in the chat what you guys are saying. Check. You're saying Warren, best QB. McMillan, Warren. We're seeing McMillan and Warren. I keep cutting out. Can you hear me? 1 second. Okay. Is it better? Better? Check. Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Better? Okay. So here, I'm thinking Membu. I mean, you guys are kind of selling me on the Warren thing. I don't know. Something's telling me about Membu, though. Okay, you can hear me? Okay, perfect. Okay. I'm going to go Membu. I'm sorry. Y'all might hate me. I'm going to go Membu here. I think offensive line is something that they definitely need on over there. So let's bring a Membu. Okay, here we go. Now the Carolina Panthers. Ooh, the Carolina Panthers. Here we go. I always look at them as a defensive line, guys. I need your help with them. Is it still cutting out a little bit? After what Bowers did, they can't. That's fair. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Not cutting out for me anymore. That's okay. So I think we're good. Okay. So I think here, so they could either do edge or defensive back or wide receiver. This is where it gets a little tricky for me. The Panthers and the Saints, I don't really know which way to go here, so I'm gonna need your guys' help when it comes down to this part. I'm full ears right now. I'm full ears on what you guys are saying. McMillan of the Panthers, Jalen Walker, ooh, Jalen Walker, man. Well, Mason Graham's gone already. Mason Graham's gone. Jalen Walker. That sounds like a Panther. Yo, that sounds like a Panther. James Pierce. You know, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. And we're not doing any trades. We're not doing any trades. Let's do this. Let's get McMillan on over to them. Let's get McMillan on over to them. Let's give them some love over there. Let's give them McMillan. All right, now you got the Saints. The Saints. We got running back, wide receiver, and defensive line for the Saints. What can happen here? I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, I know everybody was talking about Warren going on over to the Jets. I mean, I still think that they need an offensive lineman. I don't know. Warren's going to go here soon. I know he's going to. So let's see here. Okay, so now we got the Saints. Running back, we're not going to go another running back. I think Gentry's really the only one that's kind of this high that he's going to go, so we're not going to worry about running back. Wide receiver, defensive line. I'm thinking defensive line is what I'm thinking here. Either Mike Green, Donovan Mesoraku, James Pierce Jr., which would hurt my soul, but could be a real possibility there. What say you guys in the chat? What say you guys in the chat? Mike Green, Tyler Warren, Pierce. Oof, that's a... Saints should get Jalen Walker. And that's a defensive lineman too. Here's the thing. This PFF mock draft simulator does not give a lot of love over to Jalen Walker, and I don't understand it. I do not get it. I don't get it. If I'm going to throw Jalen Walker in somewhere, he's definitely top. He's definitely one of the top defensive linemen. You know, I like the Jalen Walker move here with the Saints. I feel like this is a Saints move to kind of bring him in here. He's listed as a linebacker, but he's an edge player. So I'm going to do that. I think that's a really good pickup. I'm going to do Jalen Walker. He's going to go top 10. If not top 10, he's going to go top 15. This PFF mock draft simulator, for some darn reason, they do not have, like, I don't get it myself, but, like, they don't have him as a top. Like, it's so weird. I don't get it. So, okay, so now we're talking about the, we're almost there, guys. We're almost at the home stretch. Bears. Okay, Bears. They need running back, defensive line, and safety. This is where a lot of these guys, these defensive linemen are probably going to go. This stretch right here is probably where it's going to go. I could see Mike Green. I could see James Pierce Jr. here. I can see, it seems like they need safety help. Maybe Malachi Starks. Will Johnson, maybe. Actually, that's not good at cornerback, if I'm not mistaken. Ezuraku, Kenneth Grant. Let's see here. Starks. I've seen some Starks on here. Malachi Starks is going to be a superstar. Okay. Michael Williams we're seeing there as well. Wow. Okay. Starks. Carson says if Warren's still available, you get him here. They got Cole Kmet over there. But, like, their wide receiving core is actually pretty nasty, right? But I know he's a tight end. I mean, maybe I stop disrespecting him and throw him here, because I wanted to give the Colts Tyler Warren, so he's gonna get his love somewhere. I'm gonna give Tyler Warren to the Colts is what my mind was going to, and I don't see them as a maybe Starks here. Michael, Golden, Starks. I'm seeing a lot more Starks, so I'm gonna give Starks. Sorry. Okay. Now we go to the 49ers. The 49ers are on the clock now. The 49ers, they need guard, tackle, defensive line, and cornerback. Do they go Will Johnson? Oh. Do they go Jahad Campbell? Do they go Mike Green? Do they go James Pierce Jr.? Do they go Kenneth Grant? Do they go Michael? Walter Nolan? Shamar Stewart? Where do they go here? We're almost there. 49ers. So we got the 49ers. You're saying James Pierce here? Oh, that hurts my soul. You're saying James Pierce Jr. here? San Fran. should get Will Johnson, one of the CBs, trade him for a fourth. Oh, I'm not doing any trades. I'm just trying to figure out who Johnson. Niners will steal us one stud. So do you think they go James Pierce Jr. here? Either Johnson or Kelvin Banks. Yeah, I mean, they also do need offensive line help too. Let's give them Kelvin Banks. Jahad Campbell. Let's give him Campbell. I made my mind up. Let's give him Will Campbell. Ooh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts too. Okay, they got Will Campbell over there. Now the Cowboys are here. The Cowboys can use a running back, wide receiver, guard, or edge rusher. I don't know if they would go edge personally. Maybe guard, maybe wide out. Obviously, McMillan's no longer available. Do they go after, and let's say, for example, Luther Burton? Would they go after an Emeka Ibuka? Would they go after a defensive lineman? This is going to be a tough one. Do you think Mike Green is a real possibility here with the Cowboys? O-line help for them? Let's take a look here. Did I say Will Campbell? My bad. Will Johnson. I'm sorry, Will Johnson. I said Will Campbell. My bad. Will Johnson. Will Campbell's the tackle from earlier that we were talking about. I apologize. I said Will Campbell, Will Johnson. Thanks for keeping me humble, Zaytok. Thanks for keeping me humble. All right, Mike Green. Okay. No, I already have a plan for Warren. I already have a plan for Warren. Who do they have at tight end? That's a fair question. Oh, that's actually very fair. That's actually fair. That's actually fair. Who do they have at tight end? I don't think they got anybody. Cowboys depth chart. Let's see here. Jake Ferguson. 20, he's still young. So they got Jake Ferguson. I could see them do something like this. I could see them go then what would I do for the Colts then? Mike Green here. Let's give him Mike Green. It says they need an edge. Just give him Mike Green. A lot of these guys are probably going to go. Now we're almost there. 3 more picks. All right, so we got the 13th overall pick. You can go Barron, cornerback out of Texas here. I usually mock Malachi Starks here is where I usually. Maybe Jahad Campbell. We also need a tackle. Calvin Banks, a guard. Maybe Calvin Banks here is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Banks right here. Dallas should get Jahad. Barron. Okay. Barron. Okay. All right. They're all bearing on over to the there you go, Dolphins. And then I'm not even gonna think about this, guys. I've already had this plan, and if you don't agree, we're gonna throw Tyler Warren on over to the Colts. It's not even gonna be. It's the Colts pick. It's a Colts pick. It's Tyler Warren. That's the way I feel like it's gonna go. I know he could have technically gone top 10 somewhere, but here we go. Okay, so now we are left with the Falcons right in front of us. The Falcons are right in front of the Arizona Cardinals right now. They need wide receiver, they need center, they need edge, and then they need a linebacker. So maybe Jahad Campbell, maybe they go after James Pierce Jr., Donovan Ozaraku. Maybe they do go after a Mykel Williams, which I know he's kind of doing really good things to put his draft stock up. Maybe Mykel Williams here. Let's see here. Can afford for Tua to get another concussion. That's fair. That's fair. And then I give him a cornerback. Jesus. James Pierce Jr. here, you think? Falcons should get either Jahad or James Pierce. Oh. Okay, let's do that. Jahad or James Pierce? Let me know in the chat. Y'all know how I feel about James Pierce Jr. You're going Burton here? Really? Burton? Really? Falcons edge or corner? I say edge too. Pierce. Oh, you guys are gonna hurt my soul. Okay, James Pierce Jr. go to the Falcons. I hate y'all. Oh man, no. Okay, now we're here. Okay, this is it. All right, we made it. Okay, now it's time for the Cardinals pickup. Oh, I hate that so much. I hate that so much that James Pierce Jr. and Mike Green has fallen. Just, oh, that hurts my soul. Okay. Jesse in the chat says, yes, we're going to make a video about him a little later on. So stay tuned. We're going to make a video about Jalen Jones a little later on. Stay tuned. So here we go. We got the Cardinals pick coming up right here. Jihad is higher on my board. Burton, though. For the Cardinals, Emeka, Jihad, Burton, or Grant. Oh, man, you guys. The names that are being put out, I want every single one of these guys' name. Oh, good Lord. Kyle would run to the podium and say Jihad Campbell. That's facts. That's absolute facts. Jihad Campbell being here, obviously after the linebacking situation, you also got Emeka. Wow, Cardinals should get Kenneth Grant. With the way that this is fallen right now, you got multiple different options. You got Kenneth Grant. You got, I'm gonna throw a Mecca Buka in there too. You got Mecca Buka. You got Josh Simmons. You got Michael Williams as well. Okay, so this is the talent that could potentially be there for the Cardinals. And this is, if you guys are just joining, these are the guys that we went for 1 through 15. We went Cam Ward, Carter, Hunter, Campbell, Graham, Genty, Membu, McMillan, Walker, Starks, Green, Barron. And here's the thing, Shador is still not on the freaking. So this might not be accurate because Shador is still on the board right now. Like, I wanted to give Shador over to the Giants, but people told me not to. So these are the people that can be available for the Cardinals at the 16th overall pick. Do I make a pick or do I grab Golden? All right. Well, we're just gonna pick Grant and we're gonna end it right there. We're just gonna pick Grant and we're gonna end it right there, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We're gonna be closing up shop right here. That was actually really fun to do. I ain't gonna lie. That was actually pretty darn fun to do. Appreciate everybody. I think that's actually pretty darn realistic if you ask me. Now, there is some room for Shador Sanders to potentially get, pick somewhere in the top 10, somewhere trades up for him. You don't 110% know. I have seen a lot of mock drafts where he falls. So my question here is, what did the Cardinals do with the 16th overall pick? I just chose Grant because of the way that the board fell. But ladies and gentlemen, let's close up shop right here. You guys are all truly, absolutely amazing. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It was fun. We're probably going to be doing more of these. I want to get you guys more involved in mock drafts. So if you guys have any mock drafts, let me know. Shoot them on over to my X/Twitter or on my Instagram. I would love to share them and obviously talk about it and dissect them together. This has been an absolute blast. Thank you guys for everyone for tuning in. Smack the like button on your way in. Subscribe. We're on the road to 17K. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, go Cardinals.